Get this one started. The Dodgers and the Giants from here in San Francisco on a cool 26 win out of their last 31 games. Try to move to 6-1 on this road trip. Today they face Alex Cobb and these San Francisco Giants, who have gone 3-10 back of the last playoff spot. The U.S. Bank starting cleanup and starting at third base. In center field today, Trace Thompson, Cody Bellew. He does the DHing. James Outman is in left. Those guys are teammates in Oklahoma City less than a week. A couple games ago, Alex Cobb pitched at Dodger Stadium. 4 runs over 5 2/3.
Mid-June. They struggled early on, but as you mentioned, his last few starts
against the Cubs in his last start, he struck out 11. That's the most that he struck out in 8 years. Careers in the American League East, Mookie in Boston. Cobb started his career in
a 62% ground ball rate.
And so he, like Alex Wood, has been hires, and off we go with ball one. Now Betts last night finished a trip.
Got it going, but aggressive earlier in the count.
Lifts this ball to left field. Playable for Luis. The 20 games last night. He's the first guy to have multiple 20-game hit streaks in a season since his strike one on Turner. Extended his hitting streak. Trey at that point was in elementary school. Cobb's 0-2 is fouled off. So
what I love.
Down and a good splitter there.
This is Cobb's best pitch, and especially when he starts it at the bottom of the zone.
2 up, 2 down. Freddie Freeman gets a curve and grounds it foul over the first 2 games of this series, and hitting .466 over the last 3 weeks. Two and 1 on Freeman. Dodgers got 6 runs against both those guys. 3 and 1 on Freeman.
Giants have had, even though they've struggled so much these last couple months, but the Dodgers offense not to be.
On a 3-1 pitch, Freeman takes ball 4. Dodgers have their first base runner.
In general, but when you get a rivalry thrown in there.
Up the lane, the inevitable. Strike in a park as Max Muncy does here. You'll talk to him and we'll say, yeah, I just see it really well. It just happens. It's in the dirt. 1 ball, 1 strike. He said really helpful. Pretty bright out there, yeah, especially this time of game, early in. The 1-1. Popped up.
So Max, just you try to talk like that.
So why does it happen here for him? He says, I'm not trying to. 2 gone on a 1-2 pitch from Cobb. He takes a splitter in the dirt. Freeman thought about it, but
he's trying to eliminate all that.
With that mindset, sometimes the best mindset to have. Like,
I mean, not having the season that he's wanted and frustrations that come with the Giants.
On a 2-2. Good splitter finishes him off. Luis Gonzalez in left field. Joey Bart does the catching. Dixon Machado at short. Giants debuts tonight. Slater, Flores, Belt, Mercedes. Then J.D. Davis, who they just acquired, including 7 shutout innings when he saw him about a week and a half ago. 14 average with 2 home runs against Urias. Fouls off his first pitch. It's a
more like a slurve slider curveball, but
effectively against San Francisco. Giants are 2 for 27. Against
definitely enough guys that have it,
and he has used it. Urias' slurve. Grounded to short. Trey Turner. Urias started this road trip with his
in-game. One of the few pitchers that gets better as the game goes on. You look at his numbers for. He started out, frustrating. You mentioned the losses, not getting the run support, and he's gotten.
And I guess that's kind of a trend with him, because that was the same thing last year.
Shocking to me because of the numbers he's put up going back to last season.
Flores hit a home run in the first game of this series, having a nice year. On this 1-2 pitch, he goes up to get it. pops it.
It's rare to even make contact.
Home of the 1-2. Flores pokes a changeup thinning. They were 1 for 24 the rest of the game. Thrown 19 2/3 and given up just 3 runs.
His bullpen, as they've been all season.
Another 1-2 pitch. Wilmer Flores watches a breaking ball for strike 3.
You see the hesitation. Wilmer Flores, watch him trigger and stop. That's his thing tomorrow. Jack in the Box with the purchase of a large drink, valid only at LA area restaurants.
Tatis Jr. had a higher OPS in the National League.
It's incredible.
Brandon Belt, lefty on lefty, fouls it into the glove, strike 1.
His name gets forgotten in some of the better seasons that he's had
throughout his career. And an 0-2 from Urias. He's down on a high fastball. Longest within one season, 1980, and a franchise record 10 back in the 1950s.
That's what made last year so special. I say that
more of than you normally would in a 11.5 game division gap. Trace Thompson starting the second for the Dodgers. He takes inside 2-1. Grand slam from Brandon Drury. 3-1 on Thompson. And that's something with Drury, who's having a career year.
Yeah, he's been ridiculous.
Lead off.
I mean, he's DH tonight. But I love with all the attention, especially when there's Twitter updates.
Tonight against Chad Kuhl to the Rockies. Here's Lux. The Padres have not been a good offensive team. There goes Thompson. No throw from Bart, who was
still a strike. Bring this one back over. See him go down to the.
Just to finish off that thought of the move is to make it a good offense, period. They're 25th in slugging. The bottom.
Oh, AJ Preller, too.
2-1 to Lux. 2-2. Here comes the 2-2. And boy, he has that splitter working. And now his first chance to do it in the big leagues. And he chops the first pitch that he sees foul. And went to the minors for some more seasoning. Dodgers didn't was right. Here he is.
It's reps, because when you are number one, you are that number one prospect. You're the one that people have been a lot more pressure.
Right, his mouth covered as well. Takes this one low, and it's 2-2. He has out is the ability to go to right center like this. High drive that. Miguel Vargas drives home Trace Thompson in his first big league at
2-strike hit to boot. I mean, the sinker left a little bit high. And with 2 strikes.
Back-to-back pitches. You're a big leaguer.
Go to right center field, and you think about this. This is out in a lot of stadiums. He almost missed first base.
And now he steals third. First Dodger since Casey Stengel in 1912 to reach 7th. And the next level look easy. 1 ball, 1 strike on Outman, who's the 2 for 2. Walked in his first game here. On a 1-2 from Cobb. Outman tries to lay off, but he went around. So a 2 gone here in the second. It's up to Austin Barnes. Vargas at third, 2 out. Ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. And a 1-1 from Cobb. He grounds it foul. He says he's down on a fastball here. But the Dodgers get him. How about it? Miguel Vargas wastes no time, showing everybody in the big leagues. J.D. Davis, to make his Giants debut, takes ball 1.
Savior. I mean, they're the ones that are going to ignite an offense. They're the ones that they've heard so much igniting every single night. With everyone in the lineup, bench guys, it doesn't matter. So I'm not thinking, oh, you're going to take my spot.
Is bounced along third to a charging Muncy. 2 out. Always being one of his goals. Back to when he was a young player and when he came up and didn't necessarily ready. And they're welcomed. Breaking pitch for a strike on Luis. Fastball's by him. Jumping at 96.
Late pop.
Oh, 2 again. Breaking balls fouled off. Another 1-2-3 inning. Another 0-2 pitch. Ties him up. Lefty.